Hello, friends around the world, and welcome to the program. Here we are on Thanksgiving Eve. I was looking for an article that was up on the Drudge Report, but it's gone now. But anyway, several people were asked on a university campus up there if they thought Thanksgiving was racist. Well, one said yes, because it was about taking land from the natives. Another one said, yeah, it's definitely racist, but what we really should be doing instead of having a big feast is like donating food to natives. But the article had a happy ending. One person said, well, I don't really know about all this racism thing. It doesn't seem racist to me, but I think Thanksgiving is a time for sharing and being together and just appreciating what we have. Fully appreciating what we have and sharing that with our loved ones and our neighbors if possible. I guess because the story had a happy ending, they decided to scrub it. I don't know, but it's not up there now. In any case, yeah, what we have. Little Ocasio-Cortez is making the rounds. She wants to be a great leader, you know. She's a real conquistadora. But she has no idea that there are three branches of government, not three chambers. I think she's thinking of something else. And she's as dumb as a stone. She was a $26,000, $28,000 a year waitress, which unless you're going to become a professional waiter or waitress or wait person, as it is politically correct to say, at a restaurant or a bar even, which is pretty posh, and the patrons of such establishment are willing to tip you well, these are jobs that you do while you're waiting to go on to something bigger. There are such things as entry-level jobs. Entry-level jobs are not meant to pay $100,000 a year. They're actually meant to give you a taste of work so that you are sufficiently motivated to find something that you can be good at or you're already good at, but maybe there's no opening for you now, but you wait until you can seize that opportunity and then you improve yourself. That's the idea. You know, nobody wants to be a paper boy, if there is such a thing anymore, you know, for 10 years. You want to be a district manager, that's another thing, but I don't even know if those positions exist anymore. But every kid got a paper route. Not every kid, but one could say so many of them that generalizing of course, every kid had a paper route. Every boy and a few girls got paper routes. Paper route, if you prefer. But you weren't supposed to. There was no presumption whatsoever you would keep the paper route for your entire life, all through your teens and then into adulthood. What do you do for a living? I have a paper route. You know, that's the road to destitution. But here we go. We want to make everybody equal. There should be free education and free health care for all. You know, just a side note here. Health care is the number one concern among Americans. That's got to be an absolute lie. Because if it were true, I should think they would eat better. Stop eating every new Mexican taquito that's made with chicken and it has cheese and all these pizza commercials and all this stuff. I mean, if health care is the number one concern, why are you eating all this junk food? Why is there so much diabetes? By the way, diabetes is so much on the rise that there's actually a threatened shortage of insulin. No. Take care of me. I can't take care of myself. I don't have enough brains to take care of myself. I don't know what to do. I can't read. I've been taught nothing. And even if I were to be taught something, I can't remember it because my diet is already so poor that I can't remember it. No, I need for the government to help me because I can't help myself. That's not what this country is about. And now it's all about fascism. This article written by an Italian guy and published in the Canada Free Press. Get lots and lots of emails from Canadians saying, John B., don't get the idea that this is any kind of a socialist paradise. It isn't. We have huge impingements upon our personal freedom. And so we have the same problems the United States has, just not as strident as we'd like our media to be about them. Oh, yeah, it's a big love fest up there. In the meantime, the socialist Macron, he's got a 25% approval rating in France. So what does that tell you? What it tells you is people really are waking up. And to answer Pamela's question from the other day, are we winning? The answer is yes, we are. I'd like for you to hear this article. I think you're going to enjoy it quite a bit. All right? His name is Ray DiLorenzo. Okay? And it's titled, So Who Are the Real Fascists? Who wants massive control of every important facet of your life? Who wants more control over the free enterprise system? Free healthcare, limits on free speech, gun confiscation, UN interference. Who is aligned with the masked and violence? I ask again. Who are the real fascists? Well, here we go. When a political party in the United States no longer believes in the ideals upon which their nation was founded, when a political party expresses dissatisfaction with its nation's constitution, when a political party pushes socialism, a system of government that has never been successful in history, when a political party ignores its own immigration laws to allow millions of migrants illegally enter the country, hoping to create more party members and to destroy the culture of the host country, one of two things is happening. Either that party wants to create a new country from the top down, or they're only interested in power. In this case, it is both. People who think for themselves ignore their Marxist teachers and the media. A common definition of fascism is, quote, an authoritarian and nationalistic right-wing system of government and social organization, end quote. Wrong. Those who have been indoctrinated will believe that definition. People who think for themselves ignore their Marxist teachers and the media, and they'll come to the conclusion that fascism is neither inherently left or right-wing. A fascist wants a merger of government and commercial enterprise with the government in total control. The government owns the means of production or colludes heavily with major corporations to impose government control. Fascism is National Socialism. All socialism is a left-wing phenomenon. It's a common practice today by the left to call conservatives fascist, in the spirit of accusing their opposition of what they themselves are. A conservative in America simply desires to preserve our nation as founded, with freedom, liberty, and respect for the individual. Does that sound fascist? The leftist only thinks of what would benefit the common good and punish the individual. You must fit in the round holes, no square holes, if you please. Many of the left hate America for its imperfect past. To those, I would suggest that if you can't live with any imperfections in this world, past or present, you will feel much more comfortable in heaven if you can get past the border wall. After World War I, Germany created a new government, a liberal democratic republic, the Weimar Republic. It was doomed to fail. Although it was a democratic system, Germany did not have a tradition of democracy to sustain the new form of government. Reparations from World War I created hyperinflation. By 1930, in the wake of the Great Depression, the new republic started to fall apart. President Hindenburg declared martial law. By 1933, 3 chancellors came and went, giving rise to Adolf Hitler and the Nazis. When Hitler took over, he simply ignored his country's constitution and proceeded to take away some of the basic rights of all German citizens, especially Jews, while all Germany cheered. The ordinary American citizen may not realize how close we came to a totalitarian government after Obama. Obama complained about the Constitution, ignored it, made or changed laws when he had no power to do so. Obama actually instructed ICE to not enforce immigration laws. He disregarded the Republicans and refused to negotiate with them, which resulted in the shutdown of the government. Obama threatened to not pay Social Security benefits, military and federal retirees, and those disabled. It seemed that the elderly and the military were the primary targets of his threats. Even though 80% of the government was functioning, he chose to close down all national parks, including the turning away of veterans wishing to view the memorials of World War II and the Vietnam War. What was telling was that the signs announcing their closure looked like they'd been manufactured well before the government shut down. To achieve their socialist goals, Democrats want unlimited spending power, all curbs lifted. This will, as they well know, and predicted by the liberal saints, Richard Cloward and Francis Fox Piven, overload the nation's financial system, precipitating a crisis that would lead to a replacement of our government with a socialist oligarchy. And of course, to maintain the peace and safety of all Americans, most of your rights will have to be taken away. But you'll have free health care as long as you behave. Wouldn't that be nice? When Hillary lost the election, their plans were put on hold, at least until they could either successfully impeach Trump, beat him in the next election cycle, or get rid of him somehow. After all, Trump is a self-proclaimed nationalist, one who loves his country, the greatest nation ever conceived by man, the greatest experiment in self-government realized. Can't have that, especially after 50 or 60 years of hate indoctrination. Even New York Governor Cuomo said not too long ago, America was never that great. Who would have believed anyone in his position would say such a thing? When you go against a Democrat, their weapons appear suddenly, without mercy or tolerance, but totally expected. You are immediately deemed racist, homophobic, sexist, xenophobic, a moral degenerate of the highest order, and of course, a fascist. They even have the absolute audacity to use Christianity, which they don't even believe, to preach how we should live. Who wants massive government control of every important facet of your life? Who wants more control over the free enterprise system, free health care, limits on free speech, gun confiscation, UN interference? Who is aligned with the masked and violent Antifa? The lies, deceit, and misinformation are now everywhere. Only those who are well grounded in their love of country, freedom, and liberty will not abide and stubbornly hold on to their religion and guns. So, who are the real fascists? Are we winning? Yes. You got a bunch of jumpy people up there. Do you notice the turkey pardonings? You think that might have been a message? These people who've been doing wrong for all these years are going to go to court. And I predict they're going to spend about 10 years in a jail cell just going to court before the actual trial even begins. I really mean it. This cannot go on. These insane idiots, and there are lots of them, are ready to seize power. But where do they get that power? From an uninformed and, unfortunately, uneducated mass of people who are massing on the left in support of them because they are so simple-minded due to the infliction of this simplistic so-called education system on them, the rotting away of social mores, the attacks on Christianity, all this nonsense about transgenderism, homosexuality, and all these other things that are supposed to just become all popular now. Well, nobody's going to tell me that if I were to say, you know, I want to go to the women's bathroom, I feel like a woman today, I'm gender fluid. Yeah, but you're dressed in a coat with a shirt and pants. What do you mean you feel like a woman? You ask me that again, and I'll have a federal lawsuit on you. I said, I feel like a woman today, and I want to use the women's bathroom, and you will let me do it. Or I'll sue you in federal court, and you will lose. Is this even sane? Did the entire country suddenly go gay? And now it's like, well, wait a minute. We've all gone gay. And those people who aren't gay, they don't like us. That's bigotry. That's racism. That's hatred. That's xenophobia. It's homophobia. It's something bad. It's fascism. These people are either stupid, criminal, or criminally insane, and we must stop them. And we will. We will stop them. We are stopping them. Now, more to the point, And in furtherance of the appreciation we should have for what we have and what we have to lose, a delightful conversation with Anna Khait is coming up. Say, we're going to hold over that deal that we made. If you're looking for, we got a bunch of email about this. I mean, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds saying, hey, will you set something up so that we can make a gift of Operation Classified, that whole archive, to someone on our Christmas list? Absolutely. And it's the same deal. Give your friends, give your loved ones, give somebody who needs it, in your opinion. Somebody who could be a friend, but they're not really in the groove yet, but you think maybe they might, if they were given a little help, they might get in the groove. Give them a year to Caravan to Midnight and give them the whole Operation Classified archives. $95. $95. It's the best deal going. It really is. I heard about a 46-inch TV set at Best Buy or some people camping out. They're camping out. They're going to camp there from tonight all the way through tomorrow for Black Friday. So they can get it for $149. Your TV is not going to help you. The only TV that's going to help you is the little screen that you're watching right now if you're watching, or just listening to the program. That'll help you too. Seriously. A bunch of people want to know, and we said absolutely positively. So we're going to keep that deal. $95 for the whole archive. There are hours and hours there too. Breakout rooms, the main sessions on the main stage, and the breakout room. We had so many speakers they could only have 45 minutes on the main stage. So if people wanted to hear more, and the speakers obviously had more than 45 minutes worth of knowledge to impart, well, they go to these very cool breakout rooms, set up in these concentric semicircles, stepped, so everybody could be comfortable. And speakers down there at the bottom looking up, so everybody had, equally good seating. Nobody was in your way. There wasn't any of that. It was such a good deal. It was such a good conference. It was such a good experience for everybody. So share it. It's inexpensive, and it'll go a lot farther. It'll go a lot farther than a $149 television set. The fact that they're going for $149 should tell you that's the price they should be all along. That's what they're really worth on the retail market. But no, let's soak the public for everything we can until Black Friday. You know why they call it Black Friday? Because that's when they get their black ink, because theoretically they're in the red for the year that's almost a whole year that's gone on past. Now on Black Friday, they're going to make that up. By what? By dumping their merchandise at the price that it should have been sold at to begin with. It's just the hypocrisy of retail, but it's the way it is. Well, this is not retail. Retail on the stream for Operation Classified was $125, $60 a year for Caravan to Midnight. That's $185. You get both of them for $95. It's a good deal. Take it. And tell somebody Merry Christmas from John B. and the crew here at Caravan when you give it to them. And I mean it. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays too, but mostly Merry Christmas. And absolutely Happy Thanksgiving.